Ho and a bottle of rum, Captain Yarrface #1. Woo! Here we go. It's the Metal Hammer of Doom. I am your host, the mandated reporter, and frankly, I'm mortified, Mr. Mark Radulich. And joining me in tonight's drinking game is... Jesse, are you there?
I am here.
Okay.
I'm here. I'm listening to every word you're saying. I don't want to step all over this intro.
Okay. You were so quiet. I thought you were like, oh, God, did we get disconnected?
No, I am here, sir. I am ready.
All right. Jesse Starcher of the Source Material Podcast and president of the Captain Yarrface fan club.
Oh, please. Please. I would love to be somewhat affiliated with some fan club of Captain Yarrface. But I don't think I'd be able to do him justice, to be honest.
Do you wish...
Although I am apparently Rum Ahoy's top fan, according to Facebook right now.
I bet, and this is true, I think you want him to shoot you with his treasure gun.
Right in the face. with some diamonds and gems.
Yes.
Because that's the ammo it holds.
Oh, Rum Ahoy, Time to Party, which came out October 25th, 2019. We've been waiting for this for so long, and we were so excited.
I know.
That we bumped all kinds of stuff off the schedule to make room for this.
Yes, we did. We went from having one of the most lauded lyrical composers in Blind Guardian, and we gave them the boot, the big pirate boot, right in the ass. It said, out of here, we are going to be making room for some of the most simple lyrics known to man, given to us by Rum Ahoy. And I will tell you that I am perfectly fine with that.
Now, listen, tonight's going to be a little different, because you can't... For those of you who might listen to this podcast while you're driving or you're working, this is strictly a home podcast. You have to listen to this while you're at home because this involves copious amounts of alcohol.
Oh, boy.
Okay, we're going to play a drinking game tonight. Jesse's got his bottle of rum. I've got my bottle of rum. And every time Captain Yarrface tells us that he's Captain Yarrface and take a drink. Whenever Captain Yarrface tells you that he'll or we'll drink some rum, take a drink. And we'll see how fast each one of us gets alcohol poisoning.
Oh, I cannot wait to tell you the word count statistics on this. I've already plugged them in, and we are ready to go.
Let's just start right off with how many times does rum appear?
Okay, well, we know that our good friends over at wordcounttools.com provide us with an unlimited amount of entertainment when it comes to, just kind of diving deep into the lyrics. Well, I took every lyric off of this album and shoved it in to wordcounttools.com.
Did you shove it in with your treasure gun?
Oh, my goodness. All the way in with my treasure gun. You wouldn't believe this. I just gave them shit for, having simple lyrics. The readability level of the album itself is college student. Now, I don't know if they're factoring in the length because I just took all these songs and put them in there, but readability level, college student. So I'm going to give you a chance to guess the top 3 words, and I have a feeling you might be able to guess 2. The third one's going to be tough, but the third one's tied with actually number 3 is tied with 2 other ones. But let's hear it. Let's hear what you think the number 1 word is that is used most frequently in the Rum Ahoy album.
Rum.
That is correct, with 22 uses throughout. So already, if you got your shots of rum, that's how many times you're taking
Start drinking, everybody.
22 times you will hear that throughout this album. And then, guess what number 2 is?
Captain.
Nope. Captain is not on the list out of the top 10.
Captain Yarrface.
Nope. Not that is it is one single word is what we're looking for.
Yarrface.
Nope. And it is specifically Well, I don't know. It's used throughout some of the album, but specifically,
Drink.
I want you to think of Treasure Gun.
Okay.
All right.
Pirate Eye.
No. Get Pat Mullen on the phone. It's Bang. Bang, bang, I'll shoot you with my gun.
Bang, bang, bang.
All right. And then the third one they have listed is Us, but it's tied with number 4, which is Ahoy. That's right. So there you go. That's your top 10. Let's see if there's a trifecta. There is a trifecta here. The number one. Okay, let's say trifecta. You can look at single words, you can look at 2 words, and you can look at 3 words. All right. So 2 words. This is funnier than shit. All right. So number 1 word by the single. Let's try it again. Number 1 single word rum. Number 1 2-word phrase is rum rum, and number 1 3-word phrase is rum rum rum.
Terrific.
That's spectacular. All right, man. Man, I have anticipated this album since I saw the track list. What was that? Last year sometime we saw what the track list was going to be, and we saw in there one Harambe, the pirate gorilla. I was like, you've got to be kidding me. There's no way and they followed through. So, I have really looked forward to this album, and right now, I'll tell you, folks, I wasn't let down. You guys can make your own decisions here, but yeah. Oh, man.
Let me ask you a question.
Yes, sir.
Are you ready to pick up the shit and throw it in the air?
Sir, it is time to party.
Oh, my son's favorite song off this album is Poopdeck Party.
Oh, goodness. That is... There's so many favorites off here. So many favorites.
We're having a lot of fun with this album, and this album is all kinds of silly. But I'll tell you, Rum Ahoy, from a strict metal perspective, kicks tons of ass.
Yeah, they do. And look at where they came from. I mean, they showed up on the scene, on the Metal Hammer of Doom scene, what was that, like 2 years ago or last year? And we were impressed. It was fun. It was absurd. And they did a great job of putting together some songs that had a lot of influence from different genres. We had the Haitian Slam on there.
Yeah.
There was some great stuff and a great variety of different sounding pirate tunes. And I was like, how are they going to top it? Ladies and gentlemen, time to party.
They really leaned into the gimmick on this one. Like more so than the triumph of piracy. I really I feel like with this one they were like, let's not hold back. Let's just lean into the gimmick, lean into the silliness, and see what we come up with. And it paid off. I can tell you right now, without even playing any tracks, this is probably one of my favorite albums of this year.
I remember 1 and 1A.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
This one's Steel Panther, baby.
Yep.
All right, let's get into it. This first song kicks all kinds of ass. It is heavy as a really heavy thing, as they say. This is Cowboys of the Sea. Oh, shit, that's the breakdown.
Oh, you had to. I wanted to make sure that you played it right up to yeah.
Oh, Captain Yarrface, that hat looks so good on you.
Oh my gosh, man! So you have dropped an album, and you want to open something. Open the album with something that's great, and you did not fail us, Captain Yarrface. Oh my gosh, Cowboys of the Sea. That morning, so Time to Party releases, I said, Kira, guess what? It's time to go to school, and you have to listen to Captain Yarrface and Rum Ahoy. So the first song is Cowboys of the Sea, and I was like, oh boy, what are we going to get here? And Mark, I think you put it best. That first lyric is the most triumphant lyric we've heard in such a long time.
I'm Captain Yarrface, and I'm back.
Yes, you are, motherfucker. Oh, jeez.
Oh my god! He just so much leans into this character.
Yep.
And it's like unabashedly, I don't even know the right word for it. And he's just right up, like just not holding anything back. Like there's no. It's so funny because like we talk about so many of these bands that really play artistically with lyrics. You know, they are able to sort of blend certain thoughts and feelings together in a very poetic way. And then here's this fucker, I'm Captain Yarrface and I'm here. I'm riding a seahorse, you know? It's so straightforward. Mm-hmm. And to me, that's like a welcome change from some of the stuff that we do where people, are spending so much time trying to give you, like I said, a very wistful, poetic connection to their thoughts and feelings, and then here's this guy like, nope, here my thoughts are rum, my feelings are pirates.
Have you missed me? Because guess what, motherfuckers, I am back.
So good, and yeah. I love like the call and the call and release. Where he did, I am Captain Yarrface and I am back, and it's like, welcome back, Captain Yarrface, we really missed you. You know what, I have the whole thing right here, hang on a second. I am Captain Yarrface and I am back with my ship and my crew and my new cowboy hat. Welcome back, Captain Yarrface, that hat looks so good on you.
Yeah!
I have returned from across the waves, riding my seahorse into the fray. Don't be silly now, Captain, a seahorse is far too small.
No, it isn't.
So good.
I had to rewind it. I actually rewound it. I said, Kira, did you hear what he just said? I said, listen to him. He said he was on a seahorse, and the other guys called him out on it. He's like, no way. Hold on a second.
And it gets even better towards the end. It's like, sailing the seas of the wild, wild west, digging for treasure on a pirate quest. We've not found any treasure except for this moldy shoe.
Digging crew. Fucking Captain Yarrface is great. I mean, you talk about a character that, I mean, he has taken over this album. The last one, okay, yeah, he was kind of the centerpiece, but it was Rum Ahoy, and
this is really the Captain Yarrface experience.
Yes, it is. It is a blessed experience. Blessed.
But let's give credit where credit's due. The bass drum, the bassist. Sorry, one more time. The bassist. We'll fix it in post. Is Cabin Boy Treasure Quest.
Yes.
The drums, Swashbuckling Pete. On the guitar, Bootsman Walk the Plank.
Walk the plank, all one word. Great.
They all
wear masks. I mean, people, if you haven't seen Rum Ahoy, you've got to think. I want you to picture a band. Okay, obviously they're leaning into the pirate gimmick, but they all wear black ski masks, which is great. It's kind of unique too because you don't. As far as I know of a few pirate bands. You're not seeing them do that. And you also have the lead singer, Captain Yarrface, who I swear is 7 feet tall. The dude is freaking huge. I mean, you do not even want to think about accidentally running into this guy in the back of an alley because he's not just 7 feet skinny. He is 7 feet thick. So go ahead, Mark. What was you going to say?
Just that
Yep.
I lost it. Yep,
You lost,
yes, I lost it. I'm really tired.
Hey, well, okay. Let me make sure that I get my notes out here before we move on to the second song. So there's a fart joke in this song, which is spectacular. When they're all sitting around, this is it's a cowboy song, and you definitely get that feeling that it's a cowboy song with that like kind of I don't know what the word for it is. It's a bell of some sort that gets, there's like a bell that's struck throughout the song, and then it has that real, oh my goodness, like Clint Eastwood Western feel almost to it, and but yeah, they're sitting around eating their beans, and then
okay, now I remember what I was going to say.
Oh, tell me.
You might be inclined to not take this band seriously because they're very jokey. This comes off almost like a comedy album, but that's what makes it a real treasure. Is they had a lot of fun with this, but they took it seriously. They were like, if we're going to do a pirate album, let's go all the way with it. Let's really lean into this concept. And that's what makes it fun. Because they're not making fun of the genre. They're not making fun of being a pirate. This isn't necessarily a criticism of some kind. They're just like, it's like when Vince McMahon gives you a really stupid gimmick and like you become the Undertaker. Mm-hmm. You lean into it, you do the best job you can with it, and you make it work. And that's what I get from Time to Party, where it's like we're just going to be, we're going to fully embrace this as much as we can. And I want to stress that, like, I think the first inclination a lot of people might have is, well, Rum Ahoy is silly. I want to listen to good, serious metal. It's like, well, if you do that, then you're missing out here, because this is the most fun I've had listening to an album in a long time.
Oh, dude, one of my notes on here is that even if you cannot somehow, I know me and you where we're going to put this when it's all said and done at the end of the year, but even if you could not put this at number one in critically acclaimed metal albums on the Metal Hammer of Doom, it is absolutely the most fun I've ever had, maybe possibly doing this show. I mean, it is up there, dude. There is some albums that I've had a lot of fun talking about, but this one's going to go down in history for me. Listen, if you're going across, your local record store or whatever, and you see the cover of this album, you're going to probably be inclined to be like, okay, yeah, that's silly. I mean, you look at it, Captain Yarrface is, he's right there on the cover in the middle of his pirate ship, shark coming at him. You got mummies, and I mean, the name of the album is Time, numeral number 2, : Party. Okay. I mean, so you kind of get an idea of what's going to happen. I see Harambe back there. It looks like he's riding the shark. But anyway, you kind of have an idea of what you're going to get here. You're going to get a kind of a tale that's told across eras of time. Now, that's not prevalent in every song, but it's definitely, here we have Cowboys of the Sea, which definitely has that Western feel to it. And then as we progress, you'll see as we kind of hop around some of different time periods throughout history, which is, again, you can't call that's actually pretty darn inventive, in my opinion. That's a really a great concept for a pirate metal album. So I'm ready, man, whenever you are, to go to the next one.
All right.
Yeehaw!
Yeehaw! All right, everybody. It is time to party.
Come on, everybody! Welcome to the sea!
there are some definitive themes on this album. Okay. One of them is drink rum till you die.
Yep.
So one of the things I like about Time to Party is that they weren't fully committed to just doing various takes on sea shanties, the way Ailstorm tends to be. Like Ailstorm has a very definitive pirate sound. Again, they kind of start with a folky sea shanty kind of a thing, and they never really go away from that. That's like the central core of their music. And obviously they brightened up with some like traditional heavy metal and whatnot, progressive heavy metal. But I would say for the most part, what you get out of Ailstorm is variations on the same sea shanty gimmick. What I like about Time to Party is that like they're not pigeonholing themselves sound-wise into we're just doing sea shanties.
Oh, yeah. No
They
way.
are all over the goddamn road. Drunk on
dude.
rum.
They are. This is like, the pirates gotten loose and they stumbled into, a pop session, and they decide, well, hell, we could do some of this too. And they start recording. And then, okay, here we go. We're going to fall over here. We're going to get into some EDM. All right. Well, the pirates can take care of that too. So, man, and that's fun. And I remember that on their previous album too. So they do a great job of taking those influences and making the songs actually good. You'd think, well, you try and do that with pirate metal. It's not going to sound so great. Bullshit, man. I mean, I haven't really like stomped my feet to an album in a while either. And this would be one of them where I'm just kind of like, oh shit, there go my feet. I'm wanting to dance a jig.
Yeah, I think they did a really good job. Where this album is very successful is they kept it interesting. They kept it moving. They kept it interesting. They made it so that very few of these sound remarkably similar to where you start getting samey and bored.
Mm-hmm. Huffman made it back too in this song. I don't know if you remember Huffman from the previous song. I think he was like the great. What was the name of that? Or previous album, I should say. On Triumph of Piracy, there was Huffman the Pirate King, and so Huffman was at this party cooking some meat, and every pirate loves a barbecue treat.
Oh boy, do they make nice use of rhyme in this.
Oh yeah. Oh dude, it's so unforgivably simplistic, but it's unforgivably fun. And that is really all that matters here.
All right. So this next one is clearly talking about penis.
Well, okay, so you ready? Do you want the history before or after?
No, I want it now because you were like, oh my God, I can't believe they did this. And I'm like,
yep.
He's singing about his dick. What are you getting all excited for?
He is not singing about his dick, sir.
Oh.
Okay, so
I got it wrong?
You're going to love this, all right?
Okay. Yeah, but you have to, when you explain the history, you have to explain why you were like, just bowled over by this and had to like text me like a maniac. You're like, oh my God, you got to hear this. I can't believe they did this. And I'm like, who? What? I'm trying to work. Leave me alone, psycho.
Well, here's the thing. I texted you this, or at least sent you the link or something about this last year. Okay?
Okay.
What had happened, I was messing around on Twitter. Somebody tagged Rum Ahoy, or Rum Ahoy retweeted it. All right? So a person by the name of Keaton Patty tweeted out, I forced a bot to listen to over 1,000 hours of Rum Ahoy songs and then asked it to write a Rum Ahoy song on its own. Here are
That's
the lyrics.
what this is?
Here are the lyrics. Rum Ahoy, treasure gun. I've got a gun. Now, I'm going to read you the lyrics here because it differs a little bit from the song.
Got it.
But here's the lyrics. I've got a gun. It's made out of treasure. When I shoot you in the face, it gives me lots of pleasure. The bullets are diamond and the trigger is gold. It's a really good gun and it's very, very old. Bang, bang, bang. That's the sound it makes. Valuable gems are the ammo it takes. If you really want to try it, just give me a call. Captain Yarrface says guns for all. Yar, a treasure gun. It's my favorite weapon. All right, let's go and shoot it at a pirate. Bang, bang. I'll shoot you with my gun. Bang, 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 I'll shoot you with my treasure gun. Bang, bang, I'll shoot you with my gun. Yeah, I'll shoot you till you're dead, and then I'll drink some rum. So this was I'm going to say that this was a bot. All right, so here's what happens. Rum Ahoy retweets it and says, I think that was very, very good. You know, how whatever he says. But
Why did you say it like Arnold Schwarzenegger?
So I write it off. And then I see the track list after the album drops or before the album drops, one or the other. It was when you were sharing it in the middle of us doing the podcast that one day. And I saw Treasure Gun, and I was like, no fucking way. No way did they actually take that and make a song out of it. And, of course, that Friday when things dropped, I immediately texted you, and I was like, I cannot believe they did this.
And I have no idea what you're talking about, by the way. Like, now I do. Now I'm starting to remember the story.
Yes.
But whatever association I had with it when it was originally done, I had plumb forgot about it.
This is an AI-created song that
That's
Rumahoy took.
Fucking hilarious.
I know, dude. It's actually fucking genius. And I was like, there's no way they're going to turn this into a good song. and lyrically, it is the goofiest shit you could even fucking think of. But you got to remember, this comes out of AI, and AI is doing some, you know, they've done this before with other songs and poems. I think AI was creating some poems. I don't know if you've ever seen like the motivational phrases that AI creates. Oh, there's some hilarious stuff. I was going to say,
I feel like an AI, they did an experiment with an AI and it turned out to be like a racist.
That would not surprise me. It would
so
not
you know what we have to do now? You and I have to form a band. It's called The Schedule.
Oh, okay. All right.
And all of our songs have to be written by AI.
As long as you could make it somehow sound like Rum Ahoy did with this, which is great, then I'm all in, buddy. So, I'm all in.
Real quick, and I don't want to stay focused on the music, but I got to tell you this real quick story.
Let's hear it.
So I say to my boss, I'm like, hey, because of my biopsy on Thursday and then having to cover somebody on Wednesday, I only have one day to work on sick calls. And she says, okay. So I said, so I rescheduled everything to funnel into the one day that I have, and I just wiped out the entire week on that one day. And, you know, so I'm telling you this so that you know that you don't have to worry about them getting done. I did them all already.
Mm-hmm.
And she goes, why would you do that?
Why would you get your work done? Is that what she asked you?
Yes. And without getting into a lot of the rigmarole, which nobody cares about, but the basic thing was there were people I worked with over the past couple of years who had a habit of rescheduling appointments so that they wouldn't have to actually go see the people. And it became like a very passive-aggressive fight between the two shifts of scheduling stuff on other people's shifts so that, you know, you wouldn't have to go see people. This is not something I ever did, but other people did do it. And finally, I guess it got to a point where people weren't getting seen and we were out of compliance for a lot of them. So they made up a rule, no more rescheduling. Just leave everything where it ends up on the schedule, and then, you know, and then if they don't get seen, let them roll over to the next day. And this was also a way of measuring how much help do we need. Now, I have been on a crusade since I'm back to stop using all the PRN people because they suck and they're terrible.
Just get rid of them.
Yeah, I don't want them. I don't, to cover people when they're out, sure. To work the holidays, I don't want to work, absolutely. To constantly use them to do the work, I'd rather not.
Mm-hmm.
So she says this to me, and I'm like, but it doesn't matter because I did it all, and I don't need them, and I don't want them. And she was like, and we went back and forth on this, and she kept saying, and finally she goes, and this is the point that I wanted to bring up. She finally said, look, you have to see the sick calls on the days going by the schedule that we laid out, that, this dorm for this day, this dorm for this day. And I shot back at her, no, I am the schedule.
Oh,
there was another
real fucking Walter White moment there.
I was half Triple H, half Walter White. And then I hit her with a mallet.
Nice.
Fucking pedigreed her right on her desk.
So I'm fired.
So I literally, like angrily, like fucking just yelled out, "I am the schedule." And another one of my coworkers was in the room at the time who was like piping in, periodically. Just leave a few extra. Just leave a few. Don't do every single one of them. Just leave a few to make the point. And then I just blurred out, "I am the schedule," and she fucking died laughing.
I am the schedule. Nice.
So that's
no truer words have been spoken. By the way,
this is true. So this is going to be our band.
The schedule.
We are the schedule. It's going to be the two of us in a drum machine because they don't make mistakes. Oh,
have there's anything that Wu-Tang Clan taught me is that needed that one thing that needs. What was the name of that? Never mind. Just continue, Mark.
Okay, that was a line from KMFDM Light, by the way.
Oh, really?
They're done by machine because they don't make mistakes.
So
all of our songs will be written by AI, and all of our drumming will be done by machine.
Okay.
Perfect.
All right. Then everybody can rely on us to make the mistakes.
Our first album will be called The Singularity.
I like it. Well, that's okay. That's all right. That's kind of a scary concept, but
all right. Are you ready to
Yes.
hear this AI written song?
I love it. Bring it on.
This next step in evolution.
Yes, sir. And done by Rum Ahoy, of all people.
Yes, this is Bang Bang, I'll shoot you with my treasure gun.
Bang, bang, I'll shoot you with my gun. Bang, 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 I'll shoot you with my treasure gun. Bang, bang, I'll shoot you with my gun. Yeah, I'll shoot you till you're dead, then I'll drink some rum. Bang, bang, I'll shoot you with my gun. Bang, 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 I'll shoot you with my treasure gun. Bang, bang, I'll shoot you with my gun. Yeah, I'll shoot you till you're dead, then I'll drink some rum. I've got a gun, it's made out of treasure. When I shoot you in the face, it gives me lots of pleasure. The bullets are diamond and the trigger is gold. It's a really good gun and it's very, very old. Bang, 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 that's the sound it makes. Valuable gems are the ammo it takes. If you really want to try it, just give me a call. Captain Yarrface says, "Guess for all." Yeah, a treasure gun is my favorite weapon. Alright, let's go and shoot it at the pirate. Bang, bang, I'll shoot you with my gun. Bang, 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 I'll shoot you with my treasure gun. Bang, bang, I'll shoot you with my gun. Yeah, I'll shoot you till you're dead, then I'll drink some rum.
Bang, bang, I'll shoot you with my gun. So, decidedly not about his dick.
No, sir. As much as you'd like to project onto that, I'm afraid it is not.
I honestly, here's the thing. I don't know if I would have jumped to that conclusion had you not been, I can't believe they did this. And I'm like, well, clearly he's making a big deal out of this because Captain Yarrface is talking about his large rod.
No, sir.
His treasure gun, if you will, that he wants to shoot you in the face with. This is clearly about coming on people's faces, Jesse.
I don't think so. I'm going to say no. Well, you never know. I mean, if they fed, let's say, the new album hadn't been released, obviously, when they did this. Mm-hmm. So the only 1,000 hours of Rum Ahoy songs would have been like the previous album, let's say, 1,000 times. So was there a lot of sexual themes in that first album?
I don't believe there was.
Okay. I mean, you never know. The AI might have got the idea from what was written back then. But
I have to wonder now if the guy who calls himself Captain Yarrface, if he ends up hearing this, is just like, how could you take such an innocent song like Treasure Gun, which was clearly about a gun that shoots jewels, you pervert? Like he's clutching his pearls,
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm going to send this to him on Twitter, and I want him to respond, and I want him to tell me what a fucking idiot I am.
He will tell us it was very, very good, I imagine. Very, very good. So, and what I loved about what I originally saw the tweet was like, okay, there's everything kind of like flows there at the beginning. The bullets are diamond and the trigger is gold. It's a really good gun. And it's very, very old. Really simple. You could see an AI doing that. But then all of a sudden, like, it throws rhyme, like, right out the fucking window. Yar, a treasure gun. It's my favorite weapon. All right, let's go and shoot it at a pirate. That does not rhyme at all. But somehow Rum Ahoy makes it work in this song.
Yeah, no, the humpa sound that they use with the accordion, or whatever the specific name of the instrument, where it's just the folding in and out instrument. Because an accordion, a piece of it is also like a keyboard.
Okay.
So I don't know if you ever seen like Weird Al play the accordion.
Yeah.
You notice like he's pressing on keys, but he's also so I don't know if accordion is the right word for just the folded out part. You know what I'm talking about?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay. But that's that that sound.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm talking? Okay. They really good effective use of that in there. And again, they brought a rhythm to it that without any music, you just hear the lyrics, you're like, okay, this was clearly written by a computer because this has no rhythm.
I love it when they get to the points where he's like, all right, let's go ahead and shoot 100 bullets from this gun. And then he proceeds to go bang, and then there's a shot, and then bang, bang. And you're like, holy shit, is he going to do this 100 times? Then he finally gets to like 4, and he's like, I can't count higher than 3. So let's just sing along.
That's good stuff.
Oh, dude. And this is my son's favorite song, by the way. So Colton immediately gravitated to this. First time he heard it, the next, he's singing it. Bang, bang, bang. I'll shoot you with my treasure gun. But
he better not sing that at school. He's going to get expelled.
Yeah, no kidding. But then I realized, I wonder if he actually heard the last verse of the song. And it seems to, it definitely speaks to Colton. I'll eat a loaf of bread and then I'll sleep inside a bed. That's Colton all day long.
All right. This is one of my favorite songs on here.
Buddy, here we go.
Oh, this is a great one. This is a tale, a whale of a tale.
Mm-hmm.
This is the legend of Captain Yarrface.
And I'll tell you of the greatest pirate man.
It's me, Captain Yarrface, and this song is all about my life. Are you ready? Here we go! Born in the sea at the age of 5, I've drunk lots of rum every day of my life. Once I was sailing all around the place when a giant shark ate my entire face. I punched that stupid great white shark right between the eyes.
Yo ho ho and a bottle of rum, set sail, drink ale.
Oh my gosh.
Captain Yarrface #1.
Oh man, I tell you what, I am right there with you. This is probably my top song off of this album.
Oh, it's no Poopdeck party.
Oh, well then. Okay, I see what you're saying. You know what I love is the visual I get of some old man at the beginning talking about how he's going to tell us this tale, and then Yarrface comes in and like shoves his ass off the stage. He's like, "It's me, Captain Yarrface."
It's very pro wrestling, isn't it? Like,
oh yes.
Like he's just. I know I'm kind of repeating myself here, but he just became this gimmick, and it's larger than. It's like if Hulk Hogan was a pirate, he'd be Captain Yarrface.
Mm-hmm.
It's so good.
Yes. There is a part in this song which we didn't get to because of rights reasons. But, I mean, when he starts breaking it down and he starts talking about the other bands, you're like, what does he say here? I've got it in front of me. Hold on. I'll spew all over Running Wild. I'll vomit on Red Rum. I'll chuck my guts on Swashbuckle and Ailstorm are shit. And then the fucking guitar hits. It's like the greatest guitar solo ever. And it's just like, fucking Captain Yarrface. Damn. I mean, wow. I mean, it is the only thing that this needed. And I've tweeted him on this. I've left a Facebook comment. This needed a welcome to the me somehow in here instead of like welcome to the sea, because he does a variation of welcome to the sea on a lot of these songs. At some point, he needed to yell, I am Captain Yarrface and welcome to the me, because that would have been great. That would have been a great joke. Come on.
Yeah.
But regardless, this song kicks all sorts of ass. The production on this album, I think, shines through. Specifically on this song, and there's another song that I really like, but you talk about layers of stuff, and it just sounds, you don't sometimes want a pirate band to sound so crisp and so clean, but I'll be damned, dude, if everything sounds great on this album.
Well, this album doesn't work unless you can understand the lyrics.
True. That's true. Very true.
You're gonna lose a big part of that if you don't know what he's saying. So, yeah, The Legend of Captain Yarrface is like definitely one of the top songs on here. So the first half of this is, we listened to the first 4 songs there, and it's very top heavy. These, Cowboys of the Sea, Time to Party, Treasure Gun, Legends of Captain Yarrface, they're all great. And your mileage may vary which one, is 1, 2, or 3, but these are some strong songs.
Mm-hmm.
The second half of this album, the B-side, I think after this, then we're into the B-side, but starting with Harambe the Pirate Gorilla, there isn't a bad song on here, but I don't know if I love Harambe the Pirate Gorilla and 1,000 Years of Dust. And we'll hear that one in a little bit. We'll start with Harambe the Pirate Gorilla. And I don't know how you feel about it. I'll let you break in after the song. But this one in 1,000 Years of Dust, I found myself thinking, like, look, all the applause and all the gratitude for trying something different and going in a different direction, and not every song is about drinking and looting, that you're doing something a little bit different with the aesthetic, but there's something about these was a bit of a miss for me. So here we go with Harambe, which I have to tell you how, like, I missed this whole meme when it was a thing. I'm going to let old man Starcher fucking catch me up on Harambe when we come back. This is Harambe, the Pirate Gorilla.
Harambe!
Okay, explain the Harambe thing to me.
Okay. All right. So the incident occurred at the Cincinnati Zoo, May 28th, 2016. All right. So a 3-year-old boy climbs into a gorilla enclosure.
Like an idiot.
He's 3, Mark. He's 3. I don't know where his parents were. I'm sure that was a lot of the discussion.
You're right. I shouldn't make fun of the 3-year-old. 3-year-olds will do stupid things. I should make fun of the idiot parents.
There you go, sir. So the kid crawls in there. Harambe grabs the kid and drags him. All right, the kid's like in this moat at some point, but he's still alive. And so in a decision, probably a pretty tough decision, but I mean, you got to save the kid somehow.
Sure.
Zoo officials decide to kill the gorilla, and there was apparently at least some feelings about what happened. There were some reactions.
Oh, I remember this. People were like, they should have shot the kid.
No. The incident was
because we live with those kinds of idiots in the world.
I'll read the reactions here. The incident was recorded in a dramatic video by an anonymous bystander and uploaded to YouTube, where it went viral, sparking global publicity and controversy. Some observers that were there said it was unclear whether Harambe was likely to harm the child. Others called for the boy's parents or the zoo to be held accountable for the gorilla's death. Director Thane Maynard stated that the child was being dragged around. His head was banging on concrete. This was not a gentle thing. The child was at risk. So, yeah, there you go. So that was Harambe. Takes the world by storm, becomes a viral sensation. Memes everywhere. Hooks out for Harambe. Rum Ahoy gets a hold of the song. And like I said earlier, this was probably the song I most anticipated when I heard that the album was going to be dropped. And you mentioned that the song, it was so crazy because we're in the middle of doing source material, and Mark's just like all of a sudden stops everything.
Okay, in my defense, you were like, before the show started, you're like, hey, if Rum Ahoy makes an announcement, break in with news and get it on the schedule.
What you did was you broke in with playing the video while we were on the podcast. And I was like, what is going on? And you're like, oh, well, hey, I think they dropped the song, and we got to figure out if they're dropping the album. So anyway, yeah, so they dropped this one, and you say you're not too keen on it. I actually like it. I mean, it's not as good as some of the stuff that came before it.
It's all right.
But I'm still singing. I'm still singing this song.
It's not, look, there's no bad songs on here, but I'm not gonna lie. If I haven't, if I'm listening to the album straight through, I might skip Harambe the Pirate Gorilla and go right to Poopdeck Party.
There's other songs you could probably skip on here other than Harambe, but I understand because you're a Poopdeck Party passionate person.
I am. Listen, I long for media and events and experiences that bring me and my children together, closer together. And my son and I rocking out to Poopdeck Party. My son dancing on my wife's belly at 8 o'clock in the morning on a Sunday to Poopdeck Party is what makes my life complete. Mm-hmm. It's what gives me meaning and gives me a reason to wake up in the morning.
Yes. All right. Well, I understand why you like the song so much, for sure. Absolutely. Well, that's all I have to say really about Harambe. I like I like the way the song is kind of put, like it's kind of sung as Harambe at one point, and everybody's thinking about how much they're sorry that Harambe's dead because they would love to have him part of their crew. So it's silly.
Okay, when was this? When was the Harambe incident?
2016.
Seems a bit dated.
Hey, now listen here, sir. It's only been 3 years.
I mean, what's the next song? What are they going to put on the next album? Fucking, what's his face there in Africa?
There is. Why don't you write Rum Ahoy? Why don't you write Captain Yarrface and just start throwing some memes at him? This is what I want to hear next time.
I want to hear an entire album of you. Listen, considering what they've done with the one woman yelling at the cat.
True. My gosh.
When did that become a thing?
That will probably be on the next album.
I
finally saw one of those memes that I liked, and then my cousin shared it. And I think I've told you, my cousin has become a huge Clutch fan. Mm-hmm. So he shares a meme today of that meme, and it's the only one that I've ever liked out of the billions that I've seen so far on Facebook. And it's Neil Fallon's face on the chick, and it says, Firebirds, and then an exclamation point. And over on the other side, it has the cat, and above it, it says, Energy Weapons. I was like, all right, I almost shared it, but I decided against it.
I saw one. I don't remember which one it is now. I know it's a great story. But I saw one where because a lot of these, I'm just like, these are giant eye rolls for me. Oh, yeah. I saw one where the cat's reaction had me laughing so hard I couldn't contain myself.
I had somebody, one of my friends, made a post yesterday. It said, "Congratulations. If you see this message, you have not been snoozed because you have not incessantly posted that cat being yelled at meme." And I was like,
I'll tell you what I did laugh at, though, was crackhead Dave Chappelle going, "Got any more of them ladies yelling at cat memes?"
"You fucking break. Stop it already." It's like the fucking meme that won't die. I mean, it really... I've seen other ones last that were... made more sense. It just all of a sudden like took on a life of its own and then proceeded to get more ignorant as it continued.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
what's the woman from? First of all, I
don't ask me.
I don't know where this meme came from at all. I don't know who the woman is, what show that's where the cat came from. I don't understand any of it.
They're two completely different memes, or I should say two completely different pictures.
Right.
But what they did was somebody mashed them up. I actually looked it up because I was like, what is going on here? And for the life of me, obviously it wasn't so important that I decided to remember, commit it to memory. I was like, okay, well that answers that. Thank goodness. Hopefully I'll never have to see it again. That was false. So anyway.
There's a lot on Facebook I could live without right now.
I don't blame you, sir. Not at all.
All right, but what I can't live without is, Jesse, once again, are you ready to throw the shit in the air?
Oh, my goodness. Like I just don't care.
Poop Deck Party.
All right, all you glorious pirates, boys and girls. It's time for you to go completely crazy. Are you ready? This is Poopdeck Party! Woke up in the morning at 8:15, feeling kinda thirsty, some rum would be great. Went up to the deck, looking for a drink, but all I could find was a terrible stink. Poo over here and poo over there. There is pirate poo everywhere. Gonna clean it up? Nah, fuck that. Let's have a poop deck party and wear a pirate hat. Alrighty, it's time to pick up the shit and throw it in the air. Here we go. Poop Deck Party is where I want to be. I am Captain Yarrface, and welcome to the Poop Deck Party. Poop Deck Party, it's fun for you and me. I am Captain Yarrface, and welcome to the Poop Deck Party. Poop Deck, Poop Deck, Poop Deck, Poop Deck Party. Poop.
I was singing this at work today. I'm in the office, just like we're not allowed to play music or podcasts or laugh or be happy.
Because you ruined that. You probably ruined every single one of those things at some point for everybody.
Well, I was definitely doing all those things. But I'm pretty sure somebody else's reaction to it, who shall remain a nameless cunt, I'm sure complained, and of course, we at least my work experience is all about pacification of the loudest asshole.
Oh yeah, squeaky wheel gets that grease.
Yeah, so I'm sure that's what happened. There is, I say, hey, I'm going to play this podcast really low. Does anyone mind? No, of course not. And then that person then runs and tells the boss. So all I'm left with is mumble singing around the office. And I was literally like, it was me and another guy working today, and I'm just like, I am Captain Yarrface, and welcome to the Poop Deck Party. Poop Deck Party. And at one point he turned around and he was like, what are you saying? And I'm like, nothing.
It's a Poop Deck Party.
Don't tell the boss.
Yeah, please. Please don't tell on me. I'm singing a song about a pirate who went up to the top of the ship and found a bunch of shit.
And then he threw the shit in the air and had a party. I don't know about you, but I used to have 3 dogs, and every morning was a poop deck party.
Oh, yes, sir. Oh, boy. Well, okay. So, we've got to talk about the rapper that makes an appearance here, which happens to be...
Hang on. I'll keep playing the song just to get that rap in there, okay?
Oh, let's hear it. Let's do it.
Okay, yeah. Let me go ahead and switch back. All right, so I'm going to play the song just long enough to get the rap in there.
I've been living in the sea for a week. God, please go. All your land lovers better listen to me. You know the treasure is my pleasure, and who won't do? Now I've got an epic pirate quest for you. We're gonna party all night long while Captain Yarrface sings this song. Everybody in the house say yar. Everybody in the house say yo ho ho. Everybody in the house say yar. Everybody in the house, let's go.
Little boy Bose, that was very good. 'Cause now I'll show you how a real pirate does it. Let's go!
That was very, very good.
I am going to adopt that. If I'm putting anything on my verbal agenda, it will be me going around acknowledging people and going, that was very, very good. So, okay. Yes, Christopher Bose of Ailstorm fame raps on this album.
Nice.
Now, okay, we just had a song, 2 songs earlier, was it? Where, Captain Yarrface just called Ailstorm, shit. That is a great example of, they've leaned into this gimmick, but, this is all about having a good time. It's all about bringing people in and having a blast. So they bring in, clearly they don't think Ailstorm shit. They're not going to chuck their guts all over red rum or whatever he said.
This is not Biggie Tupac.
No, we're not, as much as we would love it to be. Rum Ahoy. Dude, I remember.
Oh my God, can you imagine Rum Ahoy versus Ailstorm in a sail-by shooting?
Sail-by shooting. Oh, man.
Oh, that's funny. You know it is.
That's good. I remember, after...
Just sailing past them and firing cannons. What the hell?
The first Rum Ahoy album dropped, and, Rum Ahoy sparsely put stuff on their Facebook, prior to this second album dropping. But when they would, every once in a while, it was a shot at Ailstorm. And he kept calling him, hey, it's little boy. And I was like, oh, my gosh, man. Well, of course you find out that these guys are obviously friends. I found an interview. I can't remember where, for the life of me. I know it was overseas. But Ailstorm brought these guys on tour with them. And the guy that was doing the interview interviewed both Captain Yarrface and Christopher Bose. And it was great. And you could tell, okay, I don't want to take too much of the magic away from Rum Ahoy, but you can probably tell that he most likely dials his vocals down a 2%, 3% pitch, and to make it sound really, it sounds really unnaturally deep.
Yeah,
and
it
then
also
when you
sounds
hear him,
a lot lower than the rest of the album, the mix.
Yes.
Yeah, you can hear the vocals, but they're not as profound over the music as others.
Mm-hmm. And you could tell when he was delivering the interview, he did not sound like this. But again, I swear to goodness, he's 7 feet tall. So the imposing visual of Captain Yarrface is still there, but the vocals you may not be as impressed, which makes me wonder how they do it on tour. I imagine there's probably some kind of trickery that they can do audio wise, or maybe I just it was a YouTube interview. Maybe the vocals on the YouTube interview were not the greatest, but either way, that Yarrface and Bose are friends. And to see him pop up on Poopdeck Party, it took me a few seconds. I was like, did he say his name was Captain Chris? I was like, I couldn't remember the name of the Ailstorm lead singer off the top of my head. And sure as shit, it was Chris Bowes, and then when you go and see the credits for the song, it's Chris Bowes, and that's great. I think that's wonderful in my opinion. What do you think, Mark?
I love it. Love it.
Poop deck party.
All right. Well, this one is very Corporal Cloney to me.
Okay.
This next one. This is the the beer from my town is better than your town.
I come from a land far, far away where we brew great beer every single day. It comes in pints and it serves ice cold, and the recipe to make it is very, very old. But today I've come to your shitty little town, and my smile has turned right upside down. 'Cause it serves me a beer and it tastes like piss. I'm Captain Yarrface, I can't drink this. So I believe that you will trust me when I say this beer's so better than whatever drinks in my bathtub. The beer from my town's better than yours. The beer from my town's better than yours. That's all your women are ugly whores. 'Cause the beer from my town's better than yours. The beer from my town's better than yours. The beer from my town's better than yours. I could teach you, but I have to charge. 'Cause the beer from my town's better than yours.
I could teach you, but I'd have to charge. Little shout out there to Milkshake.
Yeah, that's right. That's it's interesting that they yanked that of all things to put in there.
That again, like when I think of that, I think of Corporal Cloney. I think of vodka. I think of beer. Happy Little Boozer. Tequila. Da, 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 da. Wrong tequila. But we've covered quite a number of Corporal Cloney albums on here. I've certainly hipped you to a lot of Corporal Cloney, and even
Yep.
some of it wasn't nerfed by lawyers.
Bastards.
Yeah. So that one was very reminiscent of a Corporal Cloney song. Very cool.
Yeah. When you said Corporal Cloney, I immediately was like, okay, yeah, that's where this sound is. You may recall a Weird Al Yankovic song called Genius in France, where he basically uses the whole song to just verbally insult the Frenchman.
Okay.
And how like the dumbest person from America could seem like the smartest person over there. He couldn't pour water out of a boot with instructions on the heel. So that is what this song reminds me of, where Captain Yarrface walks into a bar and then proceeds to insult every fucking person or every fucking beer that you have.
Captain Yarrface, so they can't drink this.
And every just about every lyric is him tearing down some nation because of the beer swill that they've tried to pass on to him. They recorded this, by the way. I was on in the metalarchives.com. They recorded this album in Lübeck, Germany, between January and September of 2019. So there you go. There's a little bit of trivia for you.
The Germans certainly do brew a nice beer. I don't know how well they brew rum, though.
He wasn't impressed. He said, "Oh wow, okay." He says, "In Germany, I quaffed a lot of booze. It reminded me of smelly old shoes." This is probably one of the weaker songs off this album.
No,
I'm sorry. Yeah,
no.
this one.
He can teach you, but he'd have to charge.
Yeah, that's hackneyed. I'm sorry, but
whatever.
I'm not going to say that it's horrible. I'll listen to the song. But
go fucking moss with the gorilla.
Harambe!
Get your hoofs up for Harambe, Jesse.
Hooks out for Harambe. All right, man. Now we're getting to what I'm going to call 1A off this album, Mark Radulich.
1,000 Years of Dust?
1A, 1,000 Years of Dust.
You and I don't have the same taste in music. This one...
You have not given... I want you to play the song, then I want you to tell me what your problem is with it. I mean, I don't understand.
All right, my
don't.
problem is you, first of all. I'm going to shoot you with my treasure gun.
No, right in the face.
All right, here's Jesse's favorite song, 1,000 Years of Dust.
That is an exhaustive exhale. I don't understand how you cannot appreciate, like, okay, of all the goofy shit that's on this album, all right, and I'll admit there are some elements of 1,000 Years of Dust that's kind of goofy. I mean, these guys are fighting mummies, come on. But this has to be one of the heaviest songs I've ever heard them do.
I like the Money Pit.
If only the tombs were filled with poop.
Yeah, they were throwing it in the air. Would you believe my children had the nerve to call me immature?
Oh, I cannot believe this.
Yes,
I cannot believe this.
This came up in the car this morning. They were talking about the word immature and what it means, and my wife gave them a good definition of what it is to be immature. And my daughter, bitch that she is,
oh my goodness,
says, I think that word describes daddy.
Oh, boom goes the dynamite.
And then they proceeded to rattle off a list of things about my personality that makes me immature. Can you believe it? By the way, have I mentioned how much I enjoy dick jokes?
Let's talk about Treasure Gun again.
Yeah, 1,000 Years of Dust is very heavy. It's a good song. I think the beginning throws me off. Like, it has that like epic power metal feel to it. Then it kind of shifts gears a little bit, and it gets heavier as the song progresses. But I don't know.
I don't understand, man. I really don't. But hey, if it's, I could see where you really liking Poopdeck Party probably speaks to. I'm not saying that to be dismissive or anything.
Hey, look, in my top 5 was Rage of Light. I think I'm just in love with EDM metal.
Okay, that I could understand. I don't know, man. I think this song, lyrically, it's a great story. I mean, Captain Yarrface's crew gets captured by mummies. He's got to go rescue them. He gets in there, and then there is a point where the lyrics almost turn into a Wesley Willis style delivery. Okay, now do you remember Wesley Willis?
Jello Biafra, Jello Biafra.
Okay, all right. So,
Jello Biafra.
I remember Wesley Willis would have every once in a while he'd repeat all the stuff that he usually do in the middle of the chorus, and then he would like add at least 2 lyrics that described what was going on in the song. Batman threw me to the floor. I got up. I threw him to the floor. Something like that. Well, at the end of this, we have Captain Yarrface who grabs a gun.
Is it a treasure gun?
No, actually, the treasure gun is mentioned in this song. He says, "Will we find a treasure gun? It's just too soon to say." So they're obviously looking for treasure and the treasure gun in the pyramids or wherever they're at here. So yeah, at one point he says, "Deep in the tomb, I find my crew chained up, surrounded by mummies." All right, that makes sense. I fire my gun. The mummies explode. Now let's get the hell out of here. That is like a Wesley Willis delivery, in my opinion.
Sure.
It's just like 2 things happen. All right, that's the end. But anyway, 1A, I think it is one of the heaviest songs that I've ever heard them do. And as far as the rest of the album goes, I think this is one of the most competently layered songs on here. Mark Radulich may not like it, but I know I like it, and I know some other people do as well.
When I woke my kids up for school this morning, I told them, let's get physical, and then I played Olivia Newton-John's Physical, and my son just threw himself on the floor.
Did you have that all planned?
No. It was all...
Oh, okay. So, like you said, let's get physical, and they're like, "Oh, Dad," and you're like, "Oh, okay, hold on a second." And you got the Spotify out. You didn't have the Spotify ready before you went in there and delivered the joke?
No, I'm very spontaneous.
Okay. I listened to that, by the way, I listened to that Patton Oswalt bit of the candy cane filled with drugs a few days back. All of a sudden, I've decided to start listening to comedy albums on Spotify, probably thanks to your ass.
I was going to say, God, I can send you 100 of them.
I've listened to some funny stuff. I like Brian Regan. He's pretty funny.
Yeah, Ryan Regan's good. You got to listen to, oh gosh, the guy that does the. I'm having a hard time tonight between like not sleeping well and just all the stuff going on. But
Brain not working.
The brain is not working. My recall is shot tonight. The guy that does the bit on gun control.
Don't know it.
All right. Google comedian gun control and it'll come up. He's like famous for it. Like his stuff is fucking hysterical. He's an Australian comic. Jim Jeffries.
Jim Jeffries.
Yes. His stuff's on Spotify. Jim Norton, his stuff's on Spotify. So what did you think of the Patton Oswalt Candy Cane Full of Drugs bit?
Yeah. I got about halfway through that album. It was pretty funny. I like Jim Gaffigan. I don't know if you listen to him very much.
I know Jim Gaffigan.
Okay, I think I'm gravitating right now. Of course, when I'm by myself, I'll listen to just about anything. But usually in the morning, I'll throw a comedy album on when Kira's in the car. So I try to find stuff that is not going to be talking about things that.
Yeah, I would not. Don't put Jim Norton on. You know who?
Almost crossed the line a couple times.
You know who she might like? My wife. I play these bits for my wife, Eliza Schlesinger. She mostly does like a lot of stuff about just single women and dating and stuff like that, and it's really funny. She did a bit that my wife thought was hysterical about women going out for tapas.
Okay.
And she's like, this is something that guys don't do. They're just like, one meatball, we'll split it 4 ways, no homo. Like, they don't do that. I find her to be very funny. The Strong Opinion Squad thinks she should be chained to a kitchen making sandwiches.
Oh, well, that doesn't surprise me. That's like 90% of the ladies out there.
Yeah, that's what they think about most women. So, but I find Elijah Schlesinger to be very funny.
All right, I'll remember that name.
And I think I think her bits would I think Kira would enjoy her.
Okay, so. I'll remember that. I will remember that.
All right. But speaking of dick jokes.
Oh my goodness! Now this is one, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Now we're talking. This is Full Mast.
At noon, south of Seattle, I was chomping down on some glorious cattle. For tonight we were going on a casino crawl. Gamble our treasure, leisure for all. The first place we went had an odorous stench, a smelly old hobo and an ugly old wench. I hopped up to her and winked in her direction. She gazed her eyes down to my pirate erection. With that we made haste into the night. What a sight, there's more to enjoy. Now let's go. Ahoy! Well, we drunk and we danced with my good eyeglass. A hostile wish with my hook and full mouth. Such a beauty, what a beauty. I whipped out my flask to have a drink with my hook and full mouth.
So what's hilarious about that song is that the next one is a blatant ripoff. Like lyrically, they go out of their way to say we are blatantly ripping off Ailstorm. That's the point of the song. But Full Mast, if you listen to it, is Nancy the Tavern Wench.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah, hang on.
Okay. See if you can find it.
Let's see.
What is Nancy the Tavern Wench? Is that that's
an
Ailstorm
song? Yeah.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Ugh.
He's gonna beach ball it.
Beach
Beach
ballin'.
ballin'.
Beach ballin' across the USA. Beach ballin'.
Beach balls in your face.
Oh, beach balls in your face.
What you got there, beach balls in your face? What's that? Beach balls in your face. Oh, no, now.
Okay, so let's see here. There it is. All right, you ready?
Yeah, let me hear it.
All right, here we go. This is Nancy the Tavern Wench from Captain Morgan's Revenge.
I know of a tavern not far from here where you can get some mighty fine beer. The company's true and the wenches are pretty. It's the greatest damn place in the whole of the city. If you're looking for crewmates, you'll sure find them there. Cutthroats and lowlifes and worse, I should dare. Oh, Nancy don't care who comes to her inn. It's a den of debauchery, violence and sin. So come take a drink and drown your sorrows, and all of our fears will be gone till tomorrow. We'll have no regrets and live for the day in Nancy's Harbor Cafe. So
So I ditched that old cob and put on my hat. I'm Captain Yarrface, I'm better than that. I stumbled up to the new bird I spied. I gave her the wink, worked last time I tried. To my surprise, she fell at my knees, pulled down my pants, and what did she see? She wasn't impressed, she'd seen it before. No, my rusty old cannon was standing full bore. I picked up my hat, my pants and my gun. Now let's run, there's more to enjoy. Now let's go. Ahoy! When we drunk and we dance with my good eye glance, a horse a wish with my hook and full mast. Such a
All right, do you see what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yes, sir. I'd never heard that song from Maelstrom before, but it definitely...
You've never heard Captain Morgan's Revenge?
I don't think I have.
You've never heard Captain
You
Morgan?
son of a bitch! Can't believe you've never listened to it.
Put it on a t-shirt, Mindy. You've never heard ...
Yeah, well, okay. I mean, I guess... I mean, we're going to have to knock some points off. I mean, I don't know. It's still a great album, but I mean, I didn't realize that was... It's obviously not a blatant ripoff of the song, but it's a version of it.
I was going to say, that's almost a parody of it.
Yeah, it's a version of it. Can we talk about what happens in this song?
Full mast?
Just real quick. Yeah.
Really? Does anything else need to be said other than he pulled down his pants and she wasn't impressed?
Okay, but that's not where the story ends, okay? So, the first girl, he's like, okay, here we go. Pulls his pants down, she looks at it, and then he's like, oh, wait a second, I see a hotter girl. He's like, I'm better than that, pulls his pants up, goes and finds the hot chick, pulls his pants down, she looks at it, and she's not impressed with it. All right? So you think that'd be the end of the story. Well, it's a sad day for Captain Yarrface. He can't get laid. But then, all of a sudden, he decides that in a fit of rage, he's going to accuse someone of stealing his hat, and he's going to kill everybody there.
Sure.
I think he's working through some issues here.
Captain Yarrface, the incel.
Oh my goodness, poor Captain Yarrface. But my goodness, he didn't have to react in such a crazy manner.
I don't believe Captain Yarrface wouldn't get laid. I feel like with his celebrity and his millions from the treasure he's looted and the albums he's sold, there's always women willing to sleep with him, no matter what his dick looks like.
Why are we just listened to a song that specifically said he did not get laid because they was not impressive apparently.
Apparently he just needed to announce, "I'm Captain Yarrface. Ding, here it is."
His poor rusty old cannon, Mark.
I don't feel. I mean, it's a funny song, but I don't believe it's true to life. I think there's plenty of women that would easily listen. I have seen a lot of rich, gross men with hot women. It's a thing. It happens.
Would you consider this a pirate shanty to make you drop them pirate panties?
That was very, very good, Jesse.
Very, very good.
All right. I love this next song.
Oh.
I didn't realize what this was at first, and then I listened real closely, and I was like, I was dying laughing.
There's so many levels too. It's great.
One, because I love the Ailstorm song.
Mm-hmm. It's a good one.
Yeah. So this is our last song of the night, and then we're getting out of here. This is fucking Stolen Treasure.
Oh, you give us your song. Piracy's a crime and we like crime. We steal songs all the time. But I'd rather live my life like this than trying to write my own pirate hits. We lived each day drinking some booze, saying ahoy and stealing your tunes. To copyright these, we must be, so give all your royalties to me. We have gone and stole your song, and if you sue, we'll drink some rum. Your goods are through, to us must go, 'cause we are here to say ahoy. We have gone and stole your song, and if you sue, we'll drink some rum. Your goods are through, to us must go, 'cause we are here to say ahoy. Rum, 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 bang, rum, 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 bang, rum, 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 bang, rum, rum.
Oh, you geese of beer. Piracy's a crime, and crime doesn't pay, and we go home poor at the end of the day. But I'd rather live my life in rags than be chained to a desk with a wife that's a hag. We live each day like there's nothing to lose, but a man has needs, and that need is booze. They say all the best things in life are free, so give all your beer and your rum to me. We are here to drink your beer and steal your rum at the point of a gun. Your alcohol to us will fall, 'cause we are here to drink your beer. We are here to drink your beer and steal your rum at the point of a gun. Your alcohol to us will fall, 'cause we are here to drink your beer.
I am very fond of saying to people when I go to do assessments and I walk into the mod and I say to them, I am here to drink your beer. Oh, the reactions I get to that. Let me try that one more time. Hey, Jesse. So I am very fond of saying to my coworkers when I go into the mod, I'm going to go see people, and they say, I am here to drink your beer.
Okay. All right.
And I get a lot of reactions to that.
Well, they don't know what to think, I'm sure.
They were like, well, do you have beer? I'm like, no, just give me the fucking inmate.
You don't understand me.
The other thing I like to tell people is that the solution to their problems is in my shorts.
Oh, there you go.
I
That gets you some fans.
I said that to a room full of deputies today and one corporal.
Gosh.
They were like,
They have got this fucking list of all the shit that you've said. One day they're going to whip it out and they're going to be like, okay, on the day of November 13th at 7 a.m., did you utter to your fellow deputies that the solution to their problems is in your shorts?
and I will say, yes, I did. They asked me, like, why did I they were joking around. They were like, why did you agitate this one inmate that they had to escort away, back into his cell because he was starting to fight them. And I was just like, I got your agitation. It's in my shorts. Later on that day, I said to a corporal, I said, yeah, he wanted me to send him to the CSU. I told him the CSU was in my shorts. The corporal blinked twice and was like, good to have you back.
Yeah, welcome back, Mark. Welcome back.
So I do you say that to people? Do you tell them that their unemployment checks in your shorts?
No, sir, I do not say that at all.
I think you should.
Oh, yeah, that'd go over real well.
I need my unemployment check. I got your unemployment.
Really well.
It's in my shorts. My shorts. Solid A for Rum Ahoy for this one.
Yeah. Hey, we have to do something real quick. Which, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, Stolen Treasure, if you ain't figured it out, they're pirates, and they pirated a song. That's the greatest thing I've ever seen in my entire life.
It's so good.
I love it. So I have to go back, Mark, and we have to talk about the word count. Okay.
Okay.
Just real quick before
yes.
we close this out, because, ladies and gentlemen, I have made a dire mistake.
Oh.
A dire mistake. When we did our first word
damn
count,
it, Jesse!
I know, I ruined it already. When I did the first word count, I only included the lyrics for Stolen Treasure. So no wonder the first word, those words were rum, 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 and then rum, rum, rum. No, I did not include the whole album. So here we go. All right, the whole album includes 3,395 words, and is a readability level of a 9th to 10th grade student.
That makes sense.
Okay, all right. Number one word, ladies and gentlemen. 60 times, if you took a drink every time you heard the word rum, you will have taken 60 drinks by the end of this album. 60 drinks.
You will have sobered up in 3 days.
The next one down is number 2, bang, with 51 iterations. Is that a word? Yeah, we'll go with that.
Iterations?
Iterations. Yeah, 51 iterations. And then number 3 is aisle, which, okay, that's pretty common. All right, let's talk about the 2-word combinations. Oh, boy, Mark Radulich. Number 1, Poopdeck. With 30. Coming in at 30 times. You get to hear that on there. And then you hear number 3 is pretty important. It's bang, bang, and that is uttered 26 times. And then 3-word combinations. This is funny. All right. So number 2 has 18 instances, and number 1 has 24 instances of 3-word combinations. And these combinations are, I'll shoot you. And then this all has to be from Treasure Gun, because number 2 is bang, bang, I'll, and then number 3 is bang, I'll shoot. So it's got, and then number 4 is shoot you with, and then number 5 is you with my, and then number 6 is Poop Deck Party. So
Where
there you
is
go.
I am Captain Yarrface?
It is not on here. Captain Yarrface. Oh, I'm sorry. 2-word combinations coming in at number 8. Captain Yarrface.
Nice.
20.
Perfect.
So, there you go. That
you
was
would
a fun
be
one, man.
very drunk listening to this album.
It's all got to be Captain Morgan's rum, some kind of rum there. So, Mark, yeah, solid A. Did you say A plus? Because that's what I'm giving this.
No, I'm not giving this an A plus just because of I got to knock off the plus for Harambe and 1,000 Years of Dust.
Are you okay? Now, when we reviewed Rum Ahoy, their first album, oh my goodness, what was it called? Triumph of Piracy.
Yeah.
Did you give that an A plus? Do you remember?
I don't know, who knows.
Are you going to say that this one is by far better than Triumph of Piracy?
Oh, absolutely. All right, look, if I gave the Triumph of Piracy an A plus, then this is an A plus too.
Okay.
If I didn't, even if I gave the Triumph of Piracy an A, this is still better, so A plus. The problem is I may have graded them too highly because I love gimmickry.
That's not a bad thing. Not a bad thing at all.
I love this album. I really do. And even, like Harambe the Pirate Gorilla and 1,000 Years of Dust didn't necessarily do it for me, but they're not bad songs either. So,
yeah. Well, I can tell you the first 6 songs, including Harambe and Poopdeck Party, those were, it's just like a rocket joyride for me. Yeah. And then we hit The Beer from My Town is Better Than Yours, and I'm like, okay, well, as what was it Les Claypool said, they can't all be zingers, and that's fine. This isn't horrible in my opinion. The Beer, that one's not bad.
This was so much fun to talk about, so much fun to listen to. This is one I'll probably keep on the playlist for a while.
Oh.
Like me, my routine after Metal Hammer of Doom is and delete playlist. This one I'm probably going to hang on to for a while because I really sometimes I get out of work and I'm like, I just don't want to hear people talk. I need something to kind of lift my spirits. I've told a lot of people the solution to their problems were in my shorts today. I need to, I need some verbal alcohol. And so Rum Ahoy works in that vein.
There was a point this morning where I was like, okay, when I sit down at work, I've got to figure out what I'm going to listen to. And I was like, man, I don't know if I'm in the mood for Rum Ahoy right now. And then I was like, oh, well, we're doing the show tonight. I better just go ahead and give it a shot. And as soon as I heard, I am Captain Yarrface and I am back, I'm like, all right, I'm fucking in. Let's rock and roll. This is going to be a great day. I mean, it turned, as much as I didn't think I would enjoy that music, that first song, Cowboys of the Sea, and I was like, you know what, this album is so good that it's just, it's great to be absorbed as a whole. It's not anything that I'm just like, okay, well, I've got to piece it out. I love every single song off of here. I can listen to every single song off of here, and as an album, I think it does a great job. So, A plus for me too, man.
All right, next week, Dragon Force Extreme Power Metal. Last week, Jesse got to pick an album, As I Lay Dying, Shaped by Fire. The week before that, as the month of October ended, we did a TV party instead of a Metal Hammer of Doom for Lords of Chaos. So, and we're going to end the month of November. Our Turkey album this year. It's not really a turkey, though. It's not like a bad album. It's one of the great albums, as a podcast once told me. Wu-Tang Clan. Enter the Wu-Tang. 36 Chambers.
Mm-hmm. It's going to be a fun one.
We're doing that because we're talking about the Wu-Tang Clan. Wu-Tang, an American saga on TV Party. So I figure we do both at the same time. So the rare rap album here on the Metal Hammer of Doom. Because what's more metal than the Wu-Tang Clan, which ain't nothing to fuck with.
That's right.
All right. That's it. That's all my plugs. Do your thing.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, go give the Radulich and Broadcasting Network Facebook page a like to stay up on top of all the great podcasts that we have to offer. There are some great podcasts out there on the Patreon, so if you'd like to donate $1 a month, we'll take it, and you'll get access to a lot of content right over there on our Patreon. The Patreon is called, get this, Mark Radulich. Nope, that's not it. Let's try Patreon. I want to give the link because nobody made patreon.com/Radulich, Radulich. There you go. That's a tough one to remember.
Be creative. Also, if you want to talk to me on Twitter, I'm at Mark Radulich, MarkRadulich. You can also leave comments on our Facebook page, Radulich and Broadcasting Network. If you're one of the weirdos that listens to us on YouTube, I have a YouTube page where you can find all of our uploaded shows where we violate copyright law with like
day
pirates.
in and day out.
Yes, like pirates. You can leave comments there. If you have a legit comment, we'll respond to you usually. If it's just kind of informing us or insulting us, either way, I'll probably like it, and that's it. I'm really open to any feedback you guys want to give on my Twitter at Mark Radulich. You can check that out. Let us know what you think of the show. We also post in one of the heavy metal groups on Facebook. So if you happen to catch the show there, if you're one of those people in that group, leave a comment on it. Tell us how we're doing, what you thought of the review, that sort of thing. And finally, for those of you who listen to us on iTunes, go ahead and give us a review. Give us a star rating. I don't care how many stars. Everyone begs for 5-star ratings. I'm no beggar. I don't beg, and I don't back down from challenges. So, as I told Robert Winfrey, you give us what your soul tells you to give us. But I would really, really love it if people would leave some comments about the show. These guys are a couple of fuckwits. That's fine. Stop talking about your stupid kids. That's fine. All of these are acceptable.
All right. Yeah. Hey, and I think if you want to follow me, you can do so at Stiznarkey on Twitter, Stiznarkey.
Don't pick on Jesse, though. He doesn't like it.
No, I disappear. You'll never see me again. I don't know. I have no idea what you're talking about. We never talked about a baby metal album before. I don't know. Like your baby metal song, Painkiller? No.
Jesse, you'll suddenly see Jesse wearing a top hat, monocle, and a mustache.
Who is this Jesse you speak of? All right, Mark Radulich, let's get out of here, man.
All right, throw your shit in the air. It's time to have a poop deck party. Actually, our poop deck party has come to an end. Be well, be safe, and behave.